The office party had just come to an end, and Jason, a single father, was ready to leave. He had spent the evening trying to balance work and personal life, all while keeping up with the constant juggling act of being both a provider and a parent. His son was waiting at home, and though Jason had promised him a special movie night, he found himself once again staying late for work events. But as he was heading out, his boss, Claire, staggered to the parking lot, clearly intoxicated. Jason hesitated. He had just witnessed Claire down a few too many drinks, and the sight of her trying to keep her balance was unsettling. She had always been a strict, no-nonsense leader at the office. But tonight, in her vulnerability, she seemed like someone he could relate to, someone who carried burdens just like him. "Jason, could you do me a favor?" she slurred, trying to get the words out as she fumbled for her car keys. I can't drive like this." Jason knew he had no choice. As much as he wanted to get home to his son, he couldn't leave his boss in this state. "Sure, Claire, I'll drive you home," he said, offering a supportive smile. She nodded gratefully, and they both got into his car. The drive was quiet at first, with the hum of the engine filling the spaces between them. Jason glanced over at her. She was staring out the window, her face partially illuminated by the passing streetlights. It didn't take long for Claire to start talking. She told Jason about her childhood, how her parents never had time for her, always too busy with their own lives to notice she was struggling. As a child, she had always been told to push through everything, to be strong, to never show weakness. But now, in her intoxicated state, she seemed to be unraveling. "I've always felt like I had to be perfect," she admitted, her voice breaking. "But I'm so tired, Jason. I don't know how much longer I can keep pretending everything's fine." Jason was taken aback. He had always seen Claire as someone who had it all together. She was the boss, the one in charge, the one everyone looked up to. But hearing her voice crack, hearing the vulnerability in her words, made him realize that even the strongest people have their moments of weakness. "You don't have to be perfect," Jason said softly, his voice filled with empathy. "You're allowed to be human. We all have our struggles." They arrived at her house, but Claire wasn't quite ready to get out of the car. She sat there, for a moment, collecting her thoughts. "You're different, Jason," she said. "You're real. You don't try to hide behind a mask like I do. You have this warmth, this openness. I wish I could be more like you." Jason didn't know what to say. He was just doing his job, being a decent person, helping someone in need. But Claire's words hit him hard. For the first time, he saw her not as the boss, but as someone who was just as human as he was. The next morning, Jason received a text from Claire. It was simple, yet it held so much weight. "Thank you for last night. I think you've made me realize that I don't need to carry the world on my shoulders alone. I have people I can rely on, including you." Jason smiled as he read the message. It wasn't just a thank you, it was a reminder that kindness can go a long way, and that we never truly know what someone is going through until we listen. His heart swelled with a sense of fulfillment. It was a reminder that, even in the midst of his own struggles, he could make a difference in someone else's life. Jason sent a quick reply. "Anytime, Claire. We all need someone to lean on." As he put his phone down, he thought about how far he had come. He was a single dad, making it work day by day. But tonight, he had realized something important. Strength wasn't about doing everything alone. It was about showing up for each other, being there when it counted. He drove to work the next day, feeling a little lighter, knowing that even small acts of kindness could change someone's life. And as for Claire, she came into the office the next morning with a new sense of resolve. She had let her guard down, and for the first time in a long time, she felt seen. Jason and Claire's story wasn't just about a single moment. It was a reminder that we all have our battles. But in the end, the things that really matter are the connections we make and the support we give each other when we need it most.